Before we delve into today's discussion, I want to acknowledge the sensitive nature of the topics we'll be exploring. The case of Summer Wells and the discussions surrounding it involve real people in deeply emotional circumstances. Our intention is not to sensationalize or diminish the gravity of the situation, but rather to provide thoughtful analysis and respectful commentary. This content is intended for informational and discussion purposes only. We urge viewers to approach the subject with empathy, respect, and a deep sense of responsibility towards those involved and affected. Let's all keep the search for truth and justice in our hearts, while also holding space for compassion and understanding. Today's topic centers on a critical aspect of public discourse surrounding the Summer Wells case. We'll examine how JodiSue managed to pivot the focus from the case to her personal struggles, particularly during her response to allegations of being intoxicated.
And also the other day when things were mentioned and I spoke up at all, people mentioned my speech and accused me of being intoxicated.
JSB, facing public allegations of being drunk, chose to respond by revealing her battle with thyroid cancer, explaining the effects on her speech. While this was an important personal disclosure, it inadvertently shifted the narrative's focus. Instead of discussing Summer's case, the conversation turned to JSB's health issues. This shift in narrative highlights a phenomenon where the plight of the individual momentarily overshadows the broader, more pressing issue at hand. In this case, the disappearance of Summer Wells.
That's not the case. I have cancers, and I had, as you can see, a surgery to try to remove one of them that had metastasized. We didn't get clear margins, things like that. Either way,
Human nature is inherently drawn to personal, emotive stories. JSB's revelation about her health struggles naturally piqued public curiosity. People are often more compelled by individual narratives of struggle and adversity than by the details of a case, especially when the case has been ongoing with little new information. This diversion of attention, while not malicious, has the unintended consequence of making JSB a central figure in the public's eye, rather than keeping the focus on finding Summer.
As it stands, I was supposed to have begun radiation again just, I think the 20th of last month. However, they decided that they're saving that back for the other cancers and things, so we're just kind of watching this one kind of do its thing. But because of the situation and some other out of anybody's hands things, and then everything, I've been off thyroid meds for 5 or 6 months now, since well before Summer had, before she went missing. And
this situation illustrates a dilemma in public discourse, especially in cases involving missing children. When personal stories intersect with ongoing investigations, they can unintentionally turn the spotlight away from the victim. It creates a parallel narrative that, while significant in its own right, competes for attention with the central issue.
When you're off of it this long, it makes things hard. My body doesn't function correctly. My hands kind of lock up joints, things like that. But it does affect my speech patterns. It makes my mouth heavy, along with where the nerves were cutting here. It hits those centers. So sometimes it does sound, and the more stressed I get or upset, and lately, I'll be honest with you, that's been a lot. And yesterday was not a good day, so today it's a little bit harder for me to enunciate clearly enough for others to understand me or not think I'm intoxicated. But I promise you I'm not. We can do a pickup any day. Anyway, so, yeah. And I have, obviously no thyroid. But the thyroid meds and not having those for so long is definitely affecting things. And so is our current situation, and, yeah. So the stress is real. You'll hear me go back and forth with speech. I'll try to make sure that I enunciate as clearly as possible. Anyway, I'm going to stop this one here a second so I can ensure that these will load and share.
In summary, JSB's response to public scrutiny, though meant to address personal accusations, ended up diverting attention from Summer's case. It serves as a reminder of the delicate balance needed in public discussions about sensitive topics, where the primary focus should remain on the critical issue. In this instance, the search for Summer Wells